When I think about my view of teacher professionalism and how it guides my practice, or how I would like it to guide my practice, I reflect on the teachers that I have experienced over the years. My elementary school experience was different. I was a staff student, a white girl, in a poor, inner city, predominantly black elementary school. I was picked on, made an example of, and singled out by students and teachers alike. One would think that being a staff student would make school easier for me, but it made it worse. I wasn't a student that teachers wanted in their class. I struggled in school. Reading was a task that did not come quickly, and I could not grasp any concept that was just being taught to me through lectures. I required time and attention, but so did every other student in that school. However, time and attention was not a luxury that these teachers had. But I distinctively remember my third grade teacher, Miss Collins. She was different. She cared about me. Not just about who my mom was or why I was attending that particular school. She wanted to know about me, my interests, my likes, and my dislikes, and not just mine. She took the time to invest in every student in her class. She cared. She knew that most of her students enjoyed music, so we would learn our math facts to raps, and poems became songs. She would play her guitar and teach us history by making up tunes to important dates. I didn't realize it at the time, but she was investing in a relationship. I witnessed in third grade what is now my favorite saying and my life motto: no one cares how much you know until they know how much you care. I want to be that teacher. I want to build relationships with my students and get to know them. I want to create lessons that are relevant to each of their lives. I want to be known as a teacher who cares about them, not just about their test scores or their reading levels. I want to be the teacher who inspires each student to embrace who they are and to strive to be the best versions of themselves. I identify so deeply with Mary Jade Henley in creating spaces that breathe hope. She states that she teaches to defy the labels that are given to bright students who are outliers. I was an outlier. I was the struggling student. I want to teach to give hope to those students who others have deemed hopeless. Just like Hanley, I want to create a space for authentic learning to take place. But for authentic learning to take place, I must know my students and have a relationship with them beyond what a school file can tell me. The National Board has identified 5 key propositions for teaching. Teachers are committed to student learning. Teachers know the subjects that they teach and how to teach those subjects to students. Teachers are responsible for managing and monitoring student learning. Teachers think systematically about their practice and learn from experience. And teachers are members of learning communities. Teachers must be committed to the students and their learning. You hear time and time again that you do not go into teaching for the money or the fame. Teachers teach because they want to make a difference in the lives of children. Making a difference is my goal. Teachers know the subjects that they are teaching and how to teach those subjects. As a substitute in 3 different school districts, I have the opportunity to visit many different schools. All too often, I'm speaking to other teachers of the office staff, and they're telling me that they have a need for a certain type of teacher, but they're unable to find that qualified teacher. They just start shuffling teachers around to fill the need, and the teacher may not possess the knowledge or the desire to teach that particular subject. They just do it to keep their jobs. This is doing our students a severe disservice. But how do you fix it? We need teachers. Teachers are responsible for managing and monitoring student learning. Yes, this is very true. And this can be done through formative and summative assessments throughout your lesson, or your unit, or your year. However, with testing becoming more standardized, truly monitoring what students actually know is being limited. Teachers think systematically about their practice and learned from experience. Critical reflection comes to mind when I read these statements. Teachers constantly have to plan and have a system in place, but they need to be able to analyze every minute and make spontaneous adjustments. Teachers being part of a learning community, that's just a given. Education is constantly evolving. Therefore, teachers must constantly be learning and growing. Being part of a learning community gives you support while challenging you to be the best teacher that you could be. When I think about professionalism as it relates to Walden's professional dispositions, diversity, and technology proficiencies, I think about what I have learned working in the corporate world. I worked for a leadership development company that would write, plan, host, and assess leadership training for major corporations. My work there was not much different than the professional dispositions and diversities teachers face today. I had to be aware of myself and my biases, had to understand the client or the learner and what they needed. After pre-assessment of the client, training material was customized to fit their learning needs. Then the client went through training that lasted several days before they were assessed again. Sound familiar? I also had to act like a professional in all areas of business. I was expected to keep client confidentiality. I was expected to treat everyone fairly, and I was expected to go have ongoing training myself. But above all, I was expected to develop a relationship with my clients, which allowed me to have open, honest communication and collaboration. The one area that the corporate world did not quite prepare me for is the use of technology in the classroom. Technology is used every day in the business world, but I'm not new to technology. However, taking those same technology and translating them into the useful tools in the classroom, it doesn't come easy for me. I hope to learn and grow in this area as I do see technology being very important in schools.